Hi guys, I wanted to do something a bit different today. Usually my channel is, as I said, it's sort of dedicated to base covers, but I wanted to kind of start documenting another passion of mine, which is wargaming, painting models. Like most people, I started off in Warhammer, but eventually over, I guess, the last sort of 2-3 years, I found myself really getting into historicals, probably because I grew up really liking history as a kid, and recently my passion period has been the Boshin War, and everything leading up to the Boshin War. So the figures are from Black Knee Miniatures, so if you're interested in getting into the period, really he is the go-to guy. You can convert from Perry Miniatures and use some American Civil War stuff. Uniforms are very similar across a lot of the periods at that time during the 1860s. So you can do some simple head swaps and things like that for officers, which is what I've been doing. But yeah, these I've been painting up a force for sharp practice. And there's plenty of games out there, but sharp practice is a really fun one. Lots of character. There's some Boshin War reference sheets for that. And these are my clan Shinsengumi, which, if you know the period, don't really need any introduction. Initially I was thinking about doing them with potentially different colours. If you've seen some films around the period, you may have seen them in different uniforms. There's a black and red one, so black predominantly with red stripes, or the red little cuff things like on these. In The Last Sword Was Drawn. Loads of other Shinsengumi films with them in sort of more muted, neutral colours. But I think for me, the blue uniforms, the sky blue uniforms, is what makes them. It's what makes them so famous. I'd be interested to know. I do a lot of research about the period. Unfortunately, stuff does get limited. You can buy books from Japan. Obviously, you need to be able to read Japanese, which I can't. But you know, there's lots of books that have reference pictures, things like that, and there's loads of different uniforms you see these guys in. I'd be interested to know how historical the uniform actually was. I have a feeling it may be a little bit romanticised, but who knows, it may have some inkling of truth. But yeah, these are my Shinsengumi, as I said. Paint them up using mainly Vallejo paints. If you do want any tips on how to paint them, these were sat in my hobby drawer for a couple of years before I finally decided to get off my arse and paint them, and I'm glad I did. But yeah, if you want any tips or ideas as to what colours I've used, just feel free to ask. But I'll be continuing to do these videos mainly for my own sort of passion, really, just because it's a good way to document this. I have been working the last few months on a lot of Boshin War stuff, so this is not the only things I've been painting, but I'm nearly finishing up my second Shogunate clan. Been doing Aizu clan and Nagoka, and I'll be moving on to some Imperials soon. But yeah, this will be one of many sort of videos that I do, as I said, just to document my passion really for this particular period. But yeah, guys, if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to ask. I'd love to talk to people about this period. It's really one of my favourites. I love Japanese history, but Boshin War in particular is everything I love about historicals. You've got firearms, samurai steel, samurai class. It's really the best sort of mix for me over the Sengoku period. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Any comments, stick them down below.